Hey everybody, welcome to the Brainal Podcast. This is episode 35 and it's July 27, 2016. I'm Jeppy Condile.
I'm Frozen GFX.
I've got coffee.
I like that. That's good.
That is nice.
Just wait till Giggles comes on and says, I'm in the Giggles.
I know, right? That copycat phone.
I wanted to say, actually, correction. Not a correction, clarification. Or confirmation, I think is best to say. I think last time we podcasted, we mentioned the Pokemon movie, right? And Coffee, you said that the Pokemon movie would star Detective Pikachu, and I said I didn't think that was, I didn't remember that, but you're absolutely right. It is going to be Detective Pikachu based. I'm very excited, and I hope they bring them to the States. I can't wait.
Good. I hope he has your voice.
There's actually, have you read those articles that people want Danny DeVito?
That would be amazing.
Seriously?
Oh, I'm just kidding. That's really bad.
I'm not saying he's auditioning for it. He's in the running. Just people just want that for some reason. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the NX, shall we?
All right.
That's an X on my list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so a recent report by Eurogamer has pretty much all but confirmed the previous rumors, that the NX itself will be a hybrid, portable and at-home stationary console that essentially has its own screen. But the extra thing here is that we have detachable controllers on the sides of the actual display, and you can, I guess it will come with a docking station of which you can play the games on your TV and use the detachable controllers, just to game from them, but on your TV. I want to hear your thoughts on it, both of you guys first. Coffee, let's start with you, please.
Okay, well, I am, this is kind of my dream system, how it's described, because I love mobile gaming. I love being able to take my games with me on the go. I was a huge proponent of using the Wii U gamepad from my restroom while I was doing my business. And,
glad I
probably more than you wanted to know about me. But anyway, I really like the idea of a powerful mobile system that could also be connected into the television.
For the record, we will get to the actual processor in a second. But yeah, so you're for this, right?
I am, yes.
What about you, Frozen?
I'm for it as well. I really like how they're incorporating both aspects of, being on the go and doing your gaming, and also if you just want to relax at home, hook it up to your TV and do that as well. It just seems like they're incorporating an all-in-one type of thing, getting all bases covered.
Gotcha. For me, I have no idea how to take this. The idea of the detachable controllers, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this, to be honest with you. But this is one thing that's always true with Nintendo. Whatever I picture in my head is the last thing. It couldn't be further from what they actually show. The one thing I really didn't care for too much about the Wii U was the gamepad. And I've said for the record before that I would hope that the the NX would be simple, Now, just because what they show, these rumors don't they don't mean that this is a complex system. Maybe the mechanisms to take the controllers off or whatever are pretty smooth. It just seems a little overcomplicated for me. But this shouldn't be surprised because we've heard these rumors for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I did not know. I didn't think about the detachable controllers or anything, but I don't. I'm curious to see how. By the way, I'm not knocking the NX.
You sound a little disappointed.
Slightly,
Yeah.
but with the caution of it's still Nintendo, and I'm pretty sure what I have in my head is not what I'm picturing, like what the reality is going to be. So I'm giving them a huge benefit of a doubt, but this is evidence to me that maybe just on paper they seem to be going away from the simplicity that I personally was hoping for. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of the screen of the Wii U gamepad. Things have looked a little grainy to me. And what I love about the 3DS is how compact it is, how it's clamshell design. I don't know if I have no idea. They haven't mentioned if this is a clamshell design, or what the controllers look like. And I'm hoping. One thing I'm afraid of is the detachable controllers. Again, it's just how I'm picturing it. To me, I'm immediately thinking of very thin controllers, more like the nunchuck and the Wii U, or the Wii U remote. And I really don't want that anymore with a Nintendo system. I want a gamepad, But then again, I don't know. Maybe the detachable controllers could be reattached into a solid controller, maybe. But I don't know. But it is interesting. But this one thing that seems clear to me, again, it's just my opinion. This could either make or break Nintendo, and I'm just very curious to see. And I'm hoping they do show more at TGS. But another thing I was thinking of, they said a while back, and also with the NES Classic Edition. Did you remember reading reports? We never said this on the podcast, but weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, that Nintendo was considering building physical controllers for mobile devices?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't remember anything like that.
I don't think I dreamed it. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I could have sworn I remember reading something that Nintendo was thinking of making physical hardware controllers to plug into cell phones. And that kind of reminds me of what they're doing with the NES Classic Edition. And I wonder if there could be interplay between these controllers. If you can plug this controller into a cell phone, use it for the NX, whatever it's going to be called or whatever. I'm just a little curious. But they seem to be experimenting with that a lot.
I can see that.
Yeah. But we'll see. So as far as the processor goes, if I'm reading this correctly, it is an NVIDIA Tegra mobile processor. And
What is it, the X1?
I don't know, unfortunately. I'm really bad with that.
Mm.
Why do you say that? I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna try and find it, but you go for it. I don't know if it's good or bad thing.
Well, no, it's a good thing. I think NVIDIA has that on their the Shield, the NVIDIA Shield, which is like, I think it's an Android-based device.
I do remember hearing people referring to the Shield before, so it might be.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool because it actually incorporates like native 4K support. It's a pretty badass chip, even though it's a mobile processor. And I think there's even, if I'm not mistaken, I think NVIDIA is even developing like an updated one, like an X. I don't know if it's going to be X2 or what the name of it is, but there was talk. Something I read a few months ago that they're working on a new processor to.
I heard that as well.
Yeah, to override that. So maybe that can be the new chip within the NX. So if it, they wait that long.
Here's a question: could that chip power games on the caliber PlayStation 4 games?
I don't.
That's my issue.
I mean,
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't
so.
think it can. Yeah, it like I said, it does have 4K support, but I think it's locked in as far as its FPS capabilities. Um, Man, I'm just going from memory. I have to
That's
look
fine.
into it a little bit more, but
I
yeah,
mean, if this system is coming out a few years after PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and still can't really compete with them as far as horsepower, and so what I'm afraid of, this is what I'm afraid of, is the portable nature of this is holding the home console side of that back, and the home console side of the console is holding the portable nature of this back. That's what I'm afraid of. What I'm hoping now, I haven't heard anything about this. What I'm hoping is there might be two chips. I don't know if this is possible. Maybe separately you only have so many cores to the chip, which is perfectly fine to run on the portable screen. When you plug it into the dock itself has extra cores that can work together to, I guess, make this look better or more robust on a TV. But I don't know if that's true or not. Plus, they've been toying with the idea of virtual reality because wasn't that a rumor for the
Yeah,
future?
correct.
So
Hmm.
well,
yeah, I don't know.
then that leads me to believe that they may coincide the release of the NX with the newer version of the X1, um,
Mm.
because as I know for the X1, I believe it was 4 cores, which in itself is perfectly fine for mobile devices.
Mm.
Um, but when you start getting into games that have the caliber of with PS4, those other extra cores are going to help with the processing in that. And I mean, yeah, NVIDIA does a good job of packing more punch for such a small CPU with a GPU integrated into it. I don't know if they're gonna do that docking thing that you said. I mean, I guess that would kind of make sense. I don't know how that would really work out.
Yeah, for the record, I know nothing of processors. For anyone listening,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, maybe I would say I would go on a limb and say that they would wait for an updated processor, or maybe NVIDIA is making one specifically special for the NX.
I think that's possible as well. Personally, I think it's a pretty smart move on their point, just based upon the Japanese market because of the popularity of mobile in general over there as opposed to here in the States. And I think from a marketing strategy standpoint, it could probably and probably will do really, really well. I could see it actually sweeping away the other consoles, at least in Japan.
see,
You know,
I unfortunately disagree. The one of the biggest issues that Wii U and one of the biggest criticisms the Wii U gets is a lack of third-party support. How the hell are they going to get third-party games or ports that aren't exclusive games go to the NX with an underpowered chip relative to the processors that PS4, Xbox One have? And I'm sorry, they said they're going to make mobile games for mobile devices. So either there's something we don't know, or I really do think they're making a bad call. This seems like the Wii U all over again, just with detachable controllers, and you don't have to be at home.
mm.
You know, this is distancing them even more from third party uh, games. Or for example, I don't think Mass Effect is going to come out for the NX if they're going to stick with just this chip. Again, I don't know much about chips. But then on the record, think about it. Square has said Dragon Quest XI is coming out for the NX.
Hmm.
So but the question is, okay, which version? Is it the 3DS version, which is coming out for 3DS? Is it more like the Wii U version? I don't know. I have no idea. But
You,
it really does seem like they are putting themselves in a corner. And I'm sorry, we can't. The Japanese demographic is not going to give them the numbers they need for them to pull out of the stigma that is the Wii U. But sorry, Frozen, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I was going to cut you off, so my apologies for that. But
Mm.
um, So what I was just thinking about now, the possibility of them, let's say, what you were talking about with the dock, right?
Right.
And how it would share. I can see that as a very real possibility, only because what I know of the X1 is that it's integrated graphics, GPU and CPU, right? And just like modern day motherboards now,
Oh, I thought you were going to say mother.
with depending on which processor you get, the processor will have a GPU with it as well, but you can always use a graphics card to take over, and it would be a lot more powerful. So maybe it is a situation where if it does have a dock to connect to your TV, the dock would have some internal GPU that would power it and and give it more power, and then when you detach it, it relies on that CPU for less intensive gaming.
I mean, ideally, that's the only explanation to me that would make this seem like that's what I can get behind. Like, okay, I can see them do that. I think that's smart. I just don't know if it's possible. But another thing is how big do you think the screen would be? Do you guys think it could be a clamshell design or more like the Vita open screen design?
I think it could be a clamshell design. I think Nintendo. I mean, for some reason, when I imagined the system,
Hmm.
um, I imagined the controllers. Like, I didn't even go to the Wii. My mind didn't even go to the idea of a Wiimote or anything like that. Like the connectable. I feel like they're detachable. They're probably pretty meaty controllers that probably harken back more to old school design. That's my guess. I mean, I feel like Nintendo right now is really with the NES Mini, and I feel like this is kind of a this might be kind of what they're doing to kind of start to garner support for a system that is going to tap into some retro like stuff for Nintendo, but not in the graphics will be bad. I hear what you're saying about the graphics, and that's definitely something that bothers me too from a party standpoint. But I feel like as it's just a rumor right now, I feel like we don't really know enough to be able to, you know, say one way or another whether that's the way it's going to be. I hope it's not. I mean, I hope it's not. But I know Nintendo's always kind of gone on against the grain, and I know Miyamoto said that he didn't want to show this at E3 because he was afraid the idea would be stolen. So I still have high hopes.
Yeah, oh, Frozen, go for it.
Sorry, but
That's fine.
the other thing I was just thinking about too is if it is going to be cartridge based,
Hmm.
then I would think there would be a limitation to the size of games that it can hold, and maybe they'll have some cartridge based games, but maybe go heavily on digital, like digital downloads. And maybe who knows if they did have a dock, if that was true, maybe that would house like a hard drive. You can transfer games for on the go if you want, whichever games you wanted to. I don't know, just thinking.
Um, so here's the other question. As far as the size of the portable nature of this, is the portable nature supposed to be every day you could take it with you, whenever you want to just play a little bit, you can? Or is it more, uh, hey, you're going to take a vacation. You don't have to take the dock with you. You just take this, and it's pretty much replaces, the system or your TV. This thing, in order to give a good, I want a good controller. I want a size and, like you said, a MIDI controller. But with that, would add bulk to the portable nature of it. I this thing it has to be so streamlined, um, or it's going to be really bulky to the point. Like, okay, minimally, the Wii U gamepad. If you took just the edges of the Wii U gamepad, where you have the buttons and the analog sticks, you're able to pop them off and then put them together to make a controller. That means minimally, this thing would have to be the size of the Wii U gamepad. You
Mhm.
can't carry that around in a purse or a backpack. Not that I carry purses. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know why I said that first. Okay. But the idea is that I don't understand again, but this is what I love about Nintendo. I can try and think about this all day. And they're gonna just drop like, here it is. I'm like, oh my god, everything makes sense, you know. And
Yeah.
I I hope visually when I first see this thing, it does. I remember when I first saw the Wii U gamepad. To be honest with you, when they first showed it, I didn't like it. I didn't like the form factor. But when they showed that the sizzle reel with the different things you could do with it and how that played complementary to the TV screen, I was like, okay, I understand that now. But I don't know. I'm still equal parts excited, but equal parts scared at the same time.
Mhm. I get that.
But we'll see. We'll see. It's exciting. And then that being said, too, the gamepad is a significant difference. Actually, is the gamepad is supposed to be at times meant as a second screen experience to complement what's going on the big screen. That's what they're saying here. This is not right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
So that's actually promising from my point of view. And then again, the specs that we're getting really seem like the dev kits that whoever is developing for the NX now do not. I bet they're so bare bones that whoever has these kits right now still cannot picture what the final product is going to look like. And again, what the reports we're hearing now might just be from the portable aspect, and there is no insight at all as to what's in that dock and what that really represents. So we'll see. And also, this is promising, but it makes sense because it's cartridge based, not backwards compatible, at least in the sense of physical media. So we'll see
Mhm.
what happens with digital media, but I like it. It sounds like a fresh start. I'm looking forward to that.
Did you hear about an Animal Crossing for NX?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, like apparently that's rumored. Um, and well, it'll have integration with the cell phone game.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I don't know much about it. I just um, I heard that. So we'll see what happens. Well, it kind of goes back to your idea of the cell phone controller and that what they're experimenting with that. So it'll be interesting to see what they're planning.
Yeah. I think the one huge saving grace is the social aspect of this. If they can nail having friends, chatting, if they can nail the feeling of street passing, if they can do that on a home console where I feel connected to people and I can communicate with them, that would go a huge way in my book personally. That would really win me over because that's something they need to work on. So that would be really cool. And I think Animal Crossing is the most perfect medium for that.
Mm-hmm,
It would be
mm-hmm.
cool if Animal Crossing wasn't a game. It'd be cool if Animal Crossing was the actual, um, almost like the Wada Wada Plaza, if that was the overall social network part of the system. Um,
Sure.
that'd be cool. And they constantly updated it. That'd be dope. But I mean, honestly, that's all I can think of to talk about the NX on my end. Was there anything else you guys wanted to add or share about the NX specifically?
No, I'm good.
Nah, I just I'm excited to see where it goes. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I don't care what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pick one up.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I will too.
I'm Nintendo fanboy at heart. It's just they're testing me. They're testing.
Yeah, yeah. Are you a true Nintendo fanboy?
And for the record, when I say they're testing me, who's really testing me is just Eurogamer saying some crap, right? I want
Yep,
to see
yep.
the actual thing.
No, you don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay. Any news stories you guys want to share? Round robin this. Frozen, got anything?
Yeah. No Man's Sky's delayed again,
Come on.
but for PC.
Right.
Yeah,
Now, what is
Oh,
it? 3 days. That's it.
it was just a few days. So August 9th, right around the corner, guys.
Mm.
But PC's gonna have to wait for a little bit
Frozen less
longer.
than 2 weeks, man. Less than 2 weeks.
I know. I'm I got it marked in my calendar, man.
You already got sick days planned?
Already put it in. And
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah, but let's move on so that the person that I work with doesn't listen. So yeah, August 12th is when the PC version is going to drop. So yeah, just a few days after.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll be good. And then the weight's gonna feel so delicious when it's just you're flying through space and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a sky that no man's ever been.
What about you, Coffee? Any
sky?
Any stories before you just continue on with that joke?
I could keep going. I'm gonna just keep. No man.
Okay, my
sky,
turn.
no man. Okay, no, I got
nothing. By yourself now.
Too late.
What?
Telltale Games. So, Batman's coming out August 2nd, next Tuesday. I'm very excited about it. Right now, if you pre-order it digitally through PlayStation, they are offering a discount. Usually it's $30, I think, for the whole season. Normally $25 you pre-order, but they're offering, I guess, maybe for PlayStation Plus, $22, $22.50, something like that. Something interesting here is that this will be the first Telltale game where they introduce a feature called crowd play. Have you guys heard about this?
Nope.
Called what?
Crowd play. So the idea is, and it seems like this is more in line for streamers, but basically, as you play, anybody who's watching you, and you don't have to do this through Twitch, from what I understand. Excuse me, you can do this through a different website or a browser, maybe directly through Telltale or whatever. As you play, you guys know with Telltale games, you have dialogue options, choices. I think up to, I might get this wrong, up to 2,000 people at a time watching you could vote on what you say and what you do as you play through the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if for some reason there's a tie, the person who's playing the game can choose or whatever. And I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all they said about it. It's coming out Tuesday.
I'm Batman.
Very excited. What about you, Frozen?
Yeah.
You mean as far as anything else new?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the Xbox One S gonna launch in like less than a week?
Yep, Tuesday. I think August 2nd, right?
Yeah, I think so. Anybody upgrade? I know, Jeppy, you have an Xbox One. Are you thinking of upgrading?
Nah. I don't want a 4K TV.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What about you, Coffee? Any thoughts on
that? No, not really.
All right. Next.
Coffee?
Well, you did mention that there's that new Professor Layton game coming out with the daughter.
Yeah, I think it's a daughter.
Yeah.
Is it daughter? But yeah.
I think so, yeah. So, it looks interesting. I checked it out.
Yeah,
I guess it's coming out next year.
The last
I guess it's
Professor
also coming
Layton
to
game
smartphones.
Was supposed to be the last one featuring Professor Layton.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea of continuing on with his daughter. That's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't played all the games, but I've always enjoyed them. I heard some of them were really good story-wise, not just puzzle games.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. I guess I think I've gotten a little frustrated with the difficulties of the puzzles in that game. I guess I just don't have the patience, so my bad. Yeah.
What?
So.
How is that your bad?
Because I just didn't want to play it because I don't have the
patience. It's all your bad.
My bad.
Everything bad. All bad.
Today it was announced that Life is Strange is getting a live-action digital series, and I'm excited about that.
Really?
Yeah. If you play the game, you would understand how well that could be done. How can I say this? There's one thing I did not like about Life is Strange, and
never played it.
It's sometimes a narrative. It might make sense for a video game, but sometimes the narrative got a little. I gotta choose the right word here. Let's say stereotypical. as far as gender wise. There are times almost like Samus from Metroid Other M, almost like that at times. But the core story, characters, you know, it's great. And I'm hoping because they're making a digital short that they really cut a lot of that out. And I hope
Mm.
the writing is really good. Um, but yeah, that's very exciting. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. Um, but yeah, Frozen.
Um, well, going back to No Man's Sky being, it looks like you don't need PlayStation Plus to play it,
Mhm.
which I thought
It's
was really
nice,
cool.
huh?
Yeah, man, you can just sit back and relax and go through the, what is it, 18 quintillion planets.
Something crazy like that.
I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna find them all. Just saying.
Coffee.
All of them. No, like I can't. I honestly can't think of. I mean, I didn't see much news this
Okay.
week,
That's cool.
frankly.
All right. So, have you guys heard about Sonic Mania?
Oh yeah, I forgot
late?
about that. Yes,
So, have you seen a trailer?
I did.
What is this now?
Sonic Mania is the next Sonic the Hedgehog game that's slated to come out next year. For this year is the 25th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, of Sonic the Hedgehog. I seen that trailer and I still don't know what the hell it is. Okay, because I could have sworn they did something very similar to this with Sonic the Hedgehog 4 and Sonic the Hedgehog Generations. Am I correct, Coffee?
Yes, except they're going back to the old style. I mean, they tried to go back to the old style for 4. I think they're like, this is it. We're really going back to the old style now, not, Fox, trying to do it. I don't know.
What I remember with Sonic the Hedgehog 4 was 2D old school Sonic, but with the clarity, the visual clarity of the modern graphics at the time, but it was still 2D.
Yes.
From the trailer of Sonic Mania, it really does look like they were going for the 16-bit look.
Correct.
Very pixelated, which is cool. But it's a very, in my personal opinion, vague trailer because they keep saying, "Hey, we're bringing back old things. Hey, we're gonna have new things. Hey, it could be Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles, the Echidna, whatever the crap he is."
The enchilada. Yeah. Sorry.
And the idea is all that. It still screams to me, we have no idea what to do. I still don't think, if they haven't learned with Sonic 4 and if they haven't learned with Sonic Generations, right? I feel like either they're working on, and clearly they didn't learn with Sonic Boom, even though there's a new Sonic Boom game coming out for 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I should say this again, I'm not the biggest Sonic fan, right? But the idea is it doesn't seem like they're really, and I know they're not supposed to try anything new, but I feel like they're at such a loss, and they felt like they had to do something for the 25th anniversary. And instead of fixing a core modern Sonic game, they're straight up going back to that. I don't think that's a good thing. It's
I think they don't know what else to do. They're throwing stuff, at the wall and hoping it sticks at this point.
I agree.
I mean, they've been doing that for a long time, frankly. Who are we kidding?
Right. Whoever's at the helm of the Sonic games, they just need to stop. I would love them. For example, I would love Retro to make a Sonic game. Can you imagine that?
Huh.
Or what was there was a game I played recently that reminded me, man, it seems like a Sonic game. I forgot what it was. But yeah, if they get a studio like that to do a Sonic game, not Sega, like stop. I would have complete faith in somebody like Retro doing it. because there's something about it's not what you do, it's not the premise or the hook or the gimmick, it's about the people behind the minds behind the development. And I don't know what the crap they're gonna do. I think they're just banking on the retro style of this to be like, hey, we're back to what we did before, and they pretend like they never tried that before. And when I saw that, I just felt insulted throughout the whole trailer. I was like, you guys, I don't know what you guys are doing, but
Just no.
it should just be Green Hill Zone, just the music, because that was the most amazing thing, one of the most amazing things in the video games live concert we went to. It was amazing. But Sonic deserves something like a good comeback. And I don't think anything about this screams a good comeback. It's more like, hey,
No, it
Call it a
screams.
comeback.
It screams desperation, is what it screams.
yeah. But either way,
Yeah.
did any of you have anything else to add news-wise?
I mean, I was just going to talk about I was going to mention the fact that the gym trainers
Go for
got revealed for Pokemon Go, and that's kind of garnered a massive following. Actually, there's a whole bunch of fan art, and they all have personalities now, and it's interesting to see where the community's taken it. So I think it's kind of fun. The fire one, Candela, is she's supposed to be the kind of like the she's cool, she loves Pokemon, she's cool. Other one's kind of like call she's like the cool person, the one that everybody wants to hang out with. And then there's Blanche, who's the head of Team
Golden Girl?
Mystic.
Golden Girl.
Yeah, and she's like calculating, and she's very intelligent, and she kind of that kind of thing. And then there's the other guy who his name's Spark, and people are making fun of him because he has like a dog's name, and he loves, apparently they give him a personality where he loves internet memes and just being an idiot for the most part. So it's kind of fun to see.
He represents millennials, pretty much.
Yeah, actually, yes, he kind of does, and it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So I don't know. I think it's funny. Anyway,
What, Frozen? Do you have any reactions to the reveal? What are they? Gym leaders or team leaders? What are they again?
they're the team leaders.
Team leaders.
Really, no. I mean, it doesn't change my outlook in the game, and I mean, yeah, I guess it's cool, but
Team Instinct.
yeah, it's all right.
I think I mentioned this game last week, but I kept watching the trailer over and over again, and the trailer alone made me pre-order this game called Bound. And when I pre-ordered the game, I think it's coming out in a few weeks. It came with this theme for the PlayStation 4, dynamic theme, and I keep looking at this, as I'm just scrolling my menu, and so I don't know how much I mentioned of this game last time, but it's very visually stylized in a way that's very abstract, and you play as a girl who seems
I watched the trailer.
How crazy is that trailer? Am I crazy?
It's really bizarre. It's really weird. It's unique. It's cool.
It's beautiful.
I don't know what's going on. I actually have $20 on PSN card right now, and I'm tempted to either pick that up, pre-order it because of the discount, or do that. No, actually, I was thinking about Batman as the other option.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. This is sound weird. Okay, so ballet for the longest time, I have respected as a dance art form. I know it's difficult. I understand that, and they're not supposed to be graceful. But what's messed up? This is so messed up. I never really appreciated the grace of ballet until I saw that trailer, and the way they motion capture the ballet and the little nuances of it, like speaking like a muff.
Hey, how about that? You capture me in video game form, and then you'll be able to appreciate my nuances more. Does that sound good?
They did, and it's Conker's bad for a day.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're done with that. Okay. But yeah, Frozen, if you haven't seen this trailer, next time you're on the PlayStation Store, like, just look it up.
I'm watching it now as you guys speak, man. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I don't even know what the premise of the game is, but it's just amazing.
It's actually a horror game. No, I don't know.
That'd be awesome. I just can't wait. So I just wanted to mention how excited I was about that and Abzu. But yep, that's that. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say as far as news. Frozen, if you have nothing to say as far as news, what have you guys been playing recently? That's out of the ordinary. Anything new?
Nothing on my end, man. Same stuff.
How's Setsuna going?
I love it. It's
That's
great.
awesome.
I haven't gotten much farther, but the music is beautiful. The whole game's beautiful. Yeah, it just makes me want to. And I'm still enjoying Robobot and
Kirby, right?
Yeah, playing a little Overwatch as well again. I started playing that with one of my buddies picked it up, so we've been playing through it a little bit.
Cool.
And I really like Anna. She's a fun character.
Yeah. Jury came out. Frozen was able to try it yesterday. Oh, speaking of which, we have a Jury Brainal Backstories video up that Frozen himself did, and you should check it out if you want to learn more about her. A really cool video. But yeah, that she looks awesome. I haven't played her personally yet, except for in the story mode, but it's a nice, different character. And she doesn't play like anyone else as far as what I've seen. She doesn't remind me of anybody else's gameplay, or fight style, which is cool.
Yeah, very spider-like, and lots of taekwondo stuff in there. She's a fun character to play.
I told Frozen earlier today that I finally beat King's Fall Raid Oryx. I'm so excited. I'm back into Destiny hard, man. But outside of that, I really haven't played much of anything else as far as what I can think off the top of my head. But yeah, I've just been busy, but whatever. So, question of the week?
Yeah, two-part question of the week. So, if you guys can take a moment to think about, in the games that you've played, your favorite villain. It can be from any type of genre of game. Your favorite villain and what makes them your favorite villain. And then I'll ask the second part after you guys have made your decision.
Oh, man.
If you'd like me to go first, I'll go first.
I don't have an answer on top of my head.
Okay. I think... Coffee, do you?
Give me a second.
Okay. I'll just say mine then. I think for me, my favorite villain, even though I did not play this game in its entirety, is Pyramid Head. Just because of the sheer brutal strength and just frightening image he projects with that long, it's like a rusted beam sharpened to be a blade.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that is. Yeah. So that would be my choice.
Man, there are so many. Oh man, I'm trying to rush.
Did we do this question before?
I don't remember doing this question.
I thought we did.
I think maybe you had asked one point who we
would represent.
Feel close. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Okay.
I can't think of anyone right now, Coffee. So if you got one, go for it.
I would say Big Boss, just because of how complicated and interesting he is as an antagonist to Metal Gear. Although I wouldn't necessarily say he is.
Yeah, so technically you're referencing Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Dang, I'm gonna have to cut this silence out.
Gruntilda, Banjo-Kazooie, boom.
Unless he's looking through like the catalog of games he has.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think I might have an answer. Wait, does it have to be like the main villain or just any
No.
antagonist in the?
Yeah.
But not like a minion, right?
Right. Somebody of importance, but doesn't need to be the end boss or whatever.
Dang.
Somebody that can hold their own.
Okay, wait, I'm narrowing it down. Okay. I know who it is.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the boss. That's who I'm going with.
Mm.
From Metal Gear Solid 3. Just her backstory and the impact she had on the whole Metal Gear, the whole series is. I don't want to get into it in case people haven't played it, but I'm going with her.
All right. So this is going to be kind of interesting for the second part of this question.
Oh Lord.
So you have Big Boss, the boss, and you have Pyramid Head. They are all in the same world, and they have to fight each other to the death.
Oh, we all know the answer to this.
Let's talk about who's going to win.
Boss. We're talking about all of them at their prime?
their
best?
prime. Yeah, at their prime.
The boss.
Big boss, dude.
How?
Yeah, sadly, I would have to say that
everything he learned was from her, wasn't it?
It was, but he went further ahead. I'm thinking about him later on, Big Boss, like in Metal Gear Solid 5 type Big Boss.
I would disagree though. Because she created CQC. All Big Boss has done was learn what she did, but I don't remember him learning any new things. Do you?
She created close quarter combat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. In the history of, I don't know if you played it, but in the history of Metal Gear and that lore, she was the one who created CQC. Am I wrong, Coffee?
No, you're right.
Right. So Big Boss was her star pupil. But let's just put it. I don't know. I really do feel like if they tried their best with no emotional conflict whatsoever, I'm very confident that the boss would win. Pyramid Head, I think, would immediately get destroyed.
Yeah, I think they would both gang up on Pyramid Head, just take him down.
Either that or Pyramid Head could do what he did to the
the mannequins. I don't know about that.
he's got some crazy skills. I'll say this though, I would love to watch that. Not what Pyramid.
Which one?
Okay. The fight.
Make yourself clear.
Yeah.
On that note,
man, that's crazy.
What world would they fight in, though? Would it be whose home turf would it be? Because I feel if it was Pyramid Head's home turf, he might.
You know what's hilarious though? All of the games that we're talking about, they're all Konami games.
That's true.
You know what? I'm changing my answer. Konami would be the villain. That is the greatest villain ever. And Konami would kill everything.
Konami would win, yes.
They would actually. Silent Hill's dead. Metal Gear's dead. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Is both of them are dead.
Konami has personally killed them all.
That's accurate.
I feel comfortable with that.
Best villain.
There you go. Best villain ever.
Oh man, that was an interesting question. I hope I remember to cut that silence out. It's an hour.
Oh, you mean like the 3 hour silence? Yeah,
Yeah.
so bad.
3 hours silence. Anyway, so to close things off, Frozen and I were talking, and we were looking up some stats about the podcast and people, how many downloads and whatever between iTunes and Stitcher. Do us a favor, okay? Because this is a mystery. If you are actually listening, okay, if you are a human or maybe an alien, I don't know. If you are listening to us right now, do us a favor, please. And I mean this. Please give us a comment. You can email at us. What the hell's our email address? Brainal. Brainal1 at gmail.com. I don't know. Look for it, okay? Let us know. Right. We want to get to know who's listening because we don't believe you're real, okay? We are pretty confident that no one is listening to this right now. All right? If you can comment or let us know something about you, we'll give you a shout out in next week's episode, okay?
Yeah, you can if you can email me at frozengfx@brainal.net. I'll make sure to gather all the information and then I'll provide it on our next podcast.
No, he's not talking about identity theft, though. Okay.
Yes. No. Yeah.
I will.
It would be like a listener out of Tucson or whatever.
We would love to know who's listening. We want to get to know you guys, and we appreciate that you guys are listening, but we know you're not real. Okay, we're talking to no one right now. All right.
We are. That's accurate. So accurate.
It's crazy, and apparently we're on some favorites list. No.
Yeah. No. Seven people favorited.
And we're thinking maybe it's a bot, right? But at the same time,
there's no benefit for that.
Yeah, we haven't triggered any bots. We don't know why a bot would listen to us unless it's true AI. Hey, if you're a true AI, let us know who you are. Okay?
It's the Geth.
We want a robot know you.
Anyway, everyone, thanks for listening to us in the Brainal Podcast. Again, I'm going to end it because, again, it always gets awkward. Everyone, we appreciate you. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace.
Thank you, robots.
I still can't avoid it, bros. I can't avoid this. Peace.
Peace.